Sense memory is a Stanislavski method where you can recreate emotional feelings through exploring your senses. And the idea behind this is that by exploring your senses in a past memory, you can then bring yourself closer to then. Be there at that time and be there with those emotions. Imagine a woman got married and 30 years later, she goes up into the attic and she pulls out her wedding dress. Well, she feels it, she smells it, she holds it close to her, and it puts her right back on the altar. I mean, she smells the flowers there, she sees the guests, and feels the excitement of what it's like to be married. And so she can have that feeling through her senses of remembering that moment when she was married, simply by pulling out a wedding dress, using it through her senses, puts her right back there. Now Ed here is going to do a little bit of a monologue for us, and we're going to work a little bit of the sense memory exercise. Generally what you want to do when you start out with the sense memory exercise is start with a cup of coffee. Do you drink coffee, Ed?
No, but I drink tea.
How about tea? Okay. We start with a real cup of tea. You have a real cup, real hot tea. So we, every morning for 1 month, explore through our senses this cup of tea. We feel the cup, we smell the tea, we taste the tea. If it makes any noise, we listen to it. But every morning we're doing this, exploring through our senses this cup of tea. After a month, you put the real tea away. And then we take the imaginary teacup. And through remembering what you did for a month, you can now feel the warmth of the cup and the smoothness of the ceramic around it. You can actually smell the tea. And through sense memory and this exercise, you'll be able to use this in your acting. Now, let's go ahead and do a few lines of your monologue, Ed, and then we'll take it from there.
All right. He came home one day, found out he was worth more dead than alive. His skin and bones were worth more in insurance than as a danged farmer. We found his tractor at the bottom of the bluff behind our house. I found his body.
Good, we'll cut it there. Really good, Ed. Okay, so Ed, this is a story about a man who lost his father, correct?
That's true.
Okay, have you ever lost a close relative like that?
My father.
Really?
Yes.
Well, this one's perfect for you then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ed, I want you now to try and remember the moment where you found out that your father had passed away. I want you to imagine and use through your senses, visualize where you were sitting, maybe the textures around you, any smells in the air you might remember, anything you hear or can remember hearing at that moment. And through your senses now, try to recreate that moment where you first found out that your father had passed. Once you've done that, I want you to begin your lines.
He came home one day to found out he was worth more dead than alive. His skin and bones were worth more in insurance as a danged farmer. We found his tractor at the bottom of the bluff behind our house. I found his body. The note, he wrote the note to me.
Really good, Ed. Really good job. Great job. So the best times, I think, and the most valuable times that you can use this exercise is especially for film. And where you do take after take after take after take. And if you have to have and compact a real strong emotion in a 15-second take, time and time again, it's very difficult. But using this sense memory exercise will definitely help you get there as close as you can.